Hi guys, I'm Marky again and welcome back to Revit House. Now, next is sweep. So maybe we go back to our reference level floor plan view and then we'll just unshow our work plane. So just simply click the icon of our work plane, show work plane or unshow work plane. Then we will command our sweep. So sweep requires two elements. One is path and the other one is profile. So path is divided into two. We can choose either you sketch path or you pick path. Sketch path is only in a certain work plane, one work plane only, and it cannot be vertical, and then you'll draw a horizontal. But for sketch path, you can just simply create a continuous connected lines. Okay. Then for pick path, if you use the pick path, it will be hosted on a 3D object. For example, I'll have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So as you can see, it is a multiple work plane model or lines, but you need a 3D object to pick on. So I'll cancel my pick path. So for going back to our reference level, so for this sweep, we will try to use the sketch path first, and I believe that is the most commonly used for a sweep. So sketch path. So now we will sketch our path. Remember, when you are drawing your path, it should be the first line will host your profile. So it should have a parallel view, which is your elevations or 3D. So for this case, I will draw my profile or my first line of the segments, which is horizontal. So that is to host my view facing the left and the right side of the elevation. So I'll go horizontal, and then maybe I'll go diagonal here, and then I'll go maybe vertical, and yeah, maybe like that. So it's always the horizontal profile or first line will be the host of your profile. So maybe we could go window tile, so we can see that in our 3D view, I'll close my elevation, then I'll go window tile again. So you can see that this is where my profile will be located. So from this one, from our floor plan reference level, I'll just finish my path. So finish. So it will return to a black lines. So that would be our path. If we need to change the path, we just need to sketch path again, and then we can modify our path. Okay. So finish. Then we'll do the profile. So from reference level floor plan view, we will do a profile. Select by sketch. If you can create a family of profile, or if you have some profile that can be loaded, you just have to load profile, or from the library we can also use our default library to load a profile. But for this instance, we will just do a by sketch profile, so we need to edit our profile. So there you go. So this one will prompt when you are in a view that is not appropriate for the command. So for example, I'm doing a sketch path by plan view, and then my drawing profile, as you can see earlier, is this, which is vertical, and it is facing either left and right. So Revit will notify you that you're not in a correct view. So in order to edit the sketch, please open one of the following. So he will suggest, or Revit will suggest, a proper view for you to sketch your profile. Or you can just use these 3D views to create your profile. So for this instance, I will use my right side elevation. I'll just open the view, and then Revit will open the view, a proper view for me to sketch. So I can just go back to floor plan first and then window tile. So I will have all the good views that I need for my sketch. So I will sketch probably a circumscribed polygon, maybe about 7 sides. Then I'll just use the center. Then maybe I'll just draw something like this. There you go. So I'll have my profile. So I'll go to 3D view. So there will be. Okay, by the way, so this one, as you can see, it's so thick, and it's very hard or difficult to see your sketch in any view. So we have this here, our thin lines. So Revit will negate all the line widths, and it will just show a simple line. So thin lines toggle will give you a common line widths, or it will negate line widths visibility. Okay, so now you can have a good view of your profile. Okay, so after that, we can just simply finish this sketch of the profile, and then maybe zoom all, and then we just finish the sweep command. So sweep command finish. There you go. This is your sweep. Okay, I'll just unhide my work plane. Okay, probably for this instance, we save it first, just to be sure if it crash. So now we'll try our sweep using the pick path. So maybe we'll just model, or yeah, we just model through our 3D view. So we'll just click the maximize the view of the 3D, and then we'll command our sweep again, and then we will use our pick path. So for this case, I no need to go to other views or anything. I'll just model everything in the 3D view. So but I will start my profile, so it will not be that difficult, to a very much easier work plane, which is horizontal or vertical work plane for my profile. Because if you click this, it will be parallel to this angle, which is very odd and very difficult to use. So I'll just use my pick path, and maybe I'll do some orbiting. So yep, there you go. So I'll have these lines, edges that I need. Then I can just finish my sketch, and then edit profile. There you go. So I'll do my inscribe polygon, maybe 5 sides. Then I'll sketch another profile here, maybe a little smaller because my path is a bit small. Then I'll just have to finish it. Finished. There you go. There's your profile. Sweep with pick path. Now, last but not the least is our sweep blend. So it's like a sweep also, it's just that it's a blend. So sweep blend is controlled by 2 profile. So same thing with blend, is that it's just that it has a path. So we go to our reference level, and then we command our sweep or sweep blend. Yep. So for sweep blend, compared to our sweep, that we can go multiple segments of path, for sweep blend we can only have one segment of path. So for example, I will use the sketch path. Then I will draw probably a arc for this path. Yep, there. If I will try to draw another line or another segment from it, and when I finish,
Nope.
Revit won't allow me because it has more than one curve, or more than one curve is not allowed. So I'll just have to continue and delete the other line. Then I'll finish the path. Then for the profile, I will select profile 1. You can see this is the blue line or highlighted line, and then I'll edit the profile. Revit will prompt me in this case because it is not parallel to any other views. It is combined here, all the views that might be available to sketch with our profile. So I'll use a 3D view. So I'll just pan a bit. Then, so for your orbit, usually when you are in the command, one tip that I can share with you is you can just escape first and then select anything from your element or from the subject that you are working with, and then you orbit, and then escape again, and then that would be your pivot of your view. So if you want more about navigation, you will go back to our navigation video. It is in our playlist Revit House 01. Yep. Then you'll see what are the how to navigate in Revit. There, so we will sketch our profile. Maybe I'll start with a polygon 5 sides. Then I'll just sketch something like this. There you go. Then when I click finish, I'll select the profile 2 and then edit profile. Then maybe I'll do a circumscribed polygon, which is maybe about 6 sides. Then I will draw something like this. Let's see if how Revit will connect these two. Then finish. So our elements are complete. We have the single segment path, and then the 2 profile is sketched. Then we'll just finish it. There you go. So this is your shape of your sweep blend. So how to model a multiple segment for a sweep blend? So for example, you want to model some crazy path for sweep blend. What you can use is, when you sketch path, is the S-spline. So S-spline is some continuous lines. As you can see, it's a multiple segment, but the problem with this path there, it's so freeform that sometimes it's very difficult to control. But if you manage to practice, maybe you could get the gist of it, and then you can manage to use the S-spline for you to be able to do some complex sweep. Okay, so I'll just finish my path, and then I'll select profile 1 by sketch, edit profile, and then I'll draw maybe as a rectangle here. There you go. Then I'll model some circle here. Oops, sorry. I'll just have to finish it first. I'm so excited. Select profile 2 and then edit profile, and then I'll draw a circle here. Maybe we'll try to do some weird stuff. Let's try this one. Circle. Okay, then finish. There you go. So this is your from rectangle to a circle. Okay. Alright, so those are your form commands. Of course, if you have some solid objects, you'll need some voids to cut from it or to cut through it. So voids are like a form commands, but it's not a solid, it is a void as per its name. So you will have void extrusion, void blend, void revolve, and void sweep, and void sweep blend. So I won't go through one by one of those voids, but I will just show a void tool, like for example maybe a void sweep maybe, and then I'll show you the my way of using void. It's very odd, but I don't know if it's odd, but I'll just share it with you. So when you do a void, for example, we'll do a void extrusion. So my work plane is under center front back, so I will just use a reference level for it, and then maybe I'll just sketch from for this revolve solid object or revolve form. So I will create maybe some simple or maybe a 5-sided profile. There you go. Then just to make sure, I'll just switch on my view cube, and then top part, yep, so it's quite far, so I'll just have to draw it from, yep, from there, and then orbit from it, and then I'll finish. Yep, so this is your void. There you go. So it's cutting through this 3D view or 3D object. So that is void. So when you do a sweep, we'll do another one. Let's say for example I just do a sweep. Let's say for example I'm sketch path to this point. Yep. Then I'll just finish my sketch. Finish. Then I'll select the profile, edit profile. Let's say I'll do some 3-sided polygon. I'll do like this, and then finish. See this, finish. Oops, sorry, I command D. Sweep. So void form, void sweep. Let's do it again, and then sketch path, this one to this one, and then finish. Select a profile, edit profile, go to elevation view, and then I'll do a polygon, 3 sides. Yep, there you go. Then we'll just finish, and then finish the sweep. There you go. So it will cut through that element. Okay, so that's the usual or basic approach for the void. But for us, normally when I for myself, when I do void, I used to command the form first. So I'll let you check how I do this. So I'll command an extrusion. Let's say I'll do some circle void on this element here. What I would do is I'll create a huge circle here that intersect the element, and then I'll just finish it, and then from here I'll just drag all throughout that element. So then I'll see first how it intersects to my object. Then after that, after carefully, maybe I'm not satisfied yet, I'll move a bit. There you go. So yep, I'm satisfied with the intersecting polygon. So I'll just have to select my solid that I will create into a void. Then from the properties, I just need to select the solid or void property. Then I'll change it into a void. The good thing about doing this is that the solid element is not directly cutting through the elements. I mean, like what we did earlier, when we finish our sketch, automatically the void will cut into our elements. So the good thing about this is you'll have some time to see your void extrusions or your void element first before you won't see it. Though you can select it when you hover your mouse on your element. So to cut it, we'll just need to command the cut geometry. So just command cut geometry and then select the two elements, 1 and 2. So for example, you want to change back your void into a solid form. What you can do is you can just uncut geometry first. Under modify, cut, uncut geometry, the element or your void element, and then you'll just select the element or your void element and then change it back to solid. So any void or any void can be changed it back to solid once it is uncut. But when it's cut, for example, this void is cutting this solid form. When I select the void element, there is no option to change it back to solid because it's cutting something. So for example, this one is created directly as a void. When I uncut the geometry and select the void form, I can change it back to solid if I wanted to. Okay, so that's just an option. Maybe it will be useful when you are changing a void or a cut profile for your element. Yep, so those are your form tools that you can use to build different objects from for your family. Alright guys, that should be it for now for our Revit Family basic discussion. So I hope you learned something from these videos. Thank you for all your supports, and if you have some requests or topic requests or any suggestions for the video, I would gladly hear from you, and just comment down below any suggestions and I will look into it. And yep, see you next video. So if you like the content of this lecture series, please click the like button and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe and click that bell button for more of this lecture series. Talk to you soon.